At home with Lucas here. So today we're going to be talking about Jeazans 10.1 inch Android tablet with stereo audio dock. Yes, people, I got my hands on this 10.1 inch Android tablet. This thing is not just a normal Android tablet, it has a dock that goes along with it. This thing has magnets built in so you can slap it straight onto the dock and get it leveled up in a matter of seconds. It just pulls it straight on, which is absolutely amazing. This thing has stereo speakers on the back, so if you get it set up just right, you're gonna get a theater mode where you're gonna get sound just enveloping you so you can watch your movies or your TV shows or whatever it may be. This thing also works with multiple different assistants, which is really, really awesome. This thing has an IPS display, so you're gonna get a pretty good image quality, which we're gonna talk about more in this video as we get to know this screen and this panel. This thing also has a bunch of modes that it can go into while it's on the dock, so you can have different kind of noise sounds going. You can have your clock, you can have a couple other features, which is really, really cool. We're gonna talk about that, of course, later on in this video. So in this video, we're doing a hands-on with the box, quick unboxing and first impressions on said Android tablet. After that, me putting this bad boy to the Adam Lucas test to figure out, is it something you should buy or maybe skip altogether? I'm here for you, so you have to waste your time buying and returning. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, let's take a look at this bad boy right quick. So this is the A10 Pro. There is an outline of what's to come in the box. This thing runs a Yumi AI OS. This is, of course, a 10.1 inch beast right here. Let's go ahead and get it out of this box and take a closer look. Okay, the first thing you see is this easy pull right here, which says open on it. There is your tablet right there. And then inside of here, you have your very straightforward guide. Then it looks like you have your dock right here, and you have this really funny USB-C. Everything that comes in the box, you have your charger, you have this kind of funny GPS looking thing, which I think is to get the SD card out or the SIM card. Here it is booting up right now. It's booting up really, really quickly. You can just simply take this off of the magnetic stand or dock right here. Let's go ahead and walk around the dock real quick. So you got your charging pins right there. And then this looks like it's grippy, but it's actually not. So it's all magnetic based. And then on the back, you have this really nice cloth. And then it looks like there's a speaker port right here, one right there. So it looks like there's 3 speaker ports, which is really cool. You got your USB power port right there. And then the whole bottom is all a grip. That is all straight grip. Let's give it the grip test. Yeah, that's wobbling the desk. It does slide a little bit, but it is pretty grippy. Let's go ahead and put the tablet back on. There we go. Goes on there really easily. I didn't even really line it up. It kind of just fell right into place. Let's go ahead and give it the bump test. Yeah, it's staying on there. That's cool. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and set this up and we'll get back in a minute. Okay, let's run through the user interface. So it definitely is fast enough for my little kids to use it to open up YouTube and find their favorite shows. They actually did a lot of watching their shows while I was on the dock, which was kind of cool. I thought, wow, that's a little bit different, that the tablet being on a dock kind of keeps it in one central place. They never really tried to take it off. So that was really cool. So they didn't really complain about it. But as you can see here, it's definitely not the fastest tablet out there. So don't buy this thing thinking it's going to be a crazy powerhouse. It does have moments where it's very fast and very snappy. And then, of course, it has moments where it's just a little bit slower. I do like the way that they give you basically 2 pages right here. You have a funny ring light. It's not an LED light. It's just more of a ring light on the back. And you have this big giant notification window over here. You can jump straight into your settings really easily, and a lot of it just works quickly. It's not bad. They do have a skin over this Android user interface, so it's going to be a little bit different than maybe a stock Android tablet. There is no quick right or left, as you can see here. It's just the same 2 panels that pull down every single time. But it works good, and I definitely am not mad at it at all. So there you go. Not the fastest, but not the worst one out there. Okay, so in my experience with this bad boy, the gaming on it is decent. It's not 5 out of 5 stars. It's not going to blow you away, but it's definitely good enough. The screen seems to come to life when you're playing games. It looks a lot more vivid, a lot more crisp, and it really has a good presence to it. So I definitely found myself being able to get immersed in the gameplay. And the tablet being not very heavy really adds to it. Some tablets are just too heavy. This thing is really lightweight. And it has a good response time when you tap the screen. Of course, once again, the screen is definitely going to be glary. So if you're in a bright room, this tablet's going to be a little bit more difficult. You're going to have to find the right angle. But once you do, it's a great experience. So I'm going to give the gameplay a solid 4.1 out of 5 stars. It definitely worked. Okay, so loading up Netflix on here was a complete breeze. Once again, it's not the fastest tablet in the world. The refresh rate is a little bit slow. So going through a bunch of information like you see here on Netflix is not going to be the snappiest out there, but it's good. It works. It does its job. Once again, this tablet does have a decent amount of glare. I think that if you put maybe a matte finish over it, an anti-glare finish, and you stuck it on the front, it might help out a lot. But in a darker room or a less bright room, you're going to have a really good experience on this 10.1 inch display. So I'm definitely happy with the way that it loads everything up and the fact that you can pinch to zoom really easily. So definitely passed the movie watching, TV show watching test. And of course, if you slap this into the dock and you get it in the right spot, you're going to get blown away by the theater-like experience with the stereo speakers and the heavy bass. So really, really nice. Love it. Okay, let's talk about this dock real quick. So this dock is actually kind of nice. It has an ability to have the lights change as the music is changing, which is actually really cool. It is definitely very, very bright and it lights up the room. The biggest downfall for this dock is the speakers shoot out the back. So if you place this somewhere where there is no wall behind it, it's going to basically make the room behind it super, super loud, and you're going to sit over here and have a slightly quieter experience. But if you have a wall behind you, like on a bedside table right here, you're actually going to find that the speaker works quite well and it will bring the sound right back to you. So it's one of those things where placement is going to be very, very crucial.
At Home and Lucas here. So today we're going to be talking about Samsung.
So you have some decent bass,
ultra wide monitor.
And then you have some decent sound. So let's go ahead and crank it up. This can definitely get loud.
Yes, people, I finally got my hands on this beast of an ultra wide. This is the...
So as you saw, the lights are actually changing down here as I'm talking, which is really, really cool. And then you continue on through the dock and you have a couple features that are built into the settings that give you some benefits of having this dock right here, but it's not the best out there, and I think they could really improve this a lot more, maybe make it a separate app, because it is a little bit on the strange side. So you jump into here, now you can go through all of your different photos, you hit the home button, it takes you back to the settings. So they really need a separate app for this. Also, when you take the tablet off of the dock, which it has a really good magnet, and watch this, it'll find its way to center. Look at that. And it starts charging every time. Absolutely amazing. And you do have the ability to go through a whole bunch of different rain sounds, different noises, which is actually kind of cool. Some of them are a little bit more straightforward and awesome, and others are just a little bit interesting. So you have a wide variety of different noises, and then you have your ability to do the screensaver right here. One thing that I found that is kind of strange is the clock on here is basically stuck on 24-hour. So no matter how many times I go in and I go to the clock and I change it, it doesn't matter. It will always go back to 24-hour clock, and I don't know how to change it. It's a definite glitch, and they really need to fix that ASAP. You can turn off your dock lighting right here. So that's basically it. This is what you get with the AI dock mode. 1, 2, 3, and then you could turn the lights off. I think they need to update this. I think they need to make this have maybe a smart assistant or something more than what they're giving you. Now, what will happen is in dock mode, when you put your tablet on here and you turn it off, it will go straight to the clock, which is actually kind of cool. And then if you take it off of dock mode, then it's going to shut that off. So it does have an ability to instantaneously start to charge and then go straight into the clock. But all in all, I think it looks cool. The light is nice. The fact you could turn it off is really great. It does a great job, and for the price, it's awesome. Okay, I've been using this thing for long enough to think of a full starting. Let's start off with the screen. So the screen is good in certain lighting. It definitely gets a lot of glare all over it. So definitely take note of that. If you're buying this for your kid or you're buying it just for the dock feature, then it's going to be pretty good. But if you do any sort of outdoor use with this, you're going to notice right away that it's a little bit on the washed out side. The colors are good though, and the blacks are really nice. The functionality of it is decent. It's definitely on the snappier side with some things and then slower with others, so definitely take note of that. When you load up stuff like this that's kind of heavy, you're going to have to wait a second as it's going to need to refresh and do all kinds of stuff like that. But once you really get into it and load up stuff that's real simple and really straightforward, it's a great tablet. I do wish the docking feature, like I said, was a little bit better, and I wish that it was a little bit more like a smart assistant maybe. They kind of don't really know exactly what they want it to be. The speaker on it definitely shoots out the back, which I don't like. I wish it would shoot forward facing, or maybe figure out a way to wrap the sound around the tablet. That would have been really, really awesome. But nonetheless, I'm going to give this thing a solid 4.0 star rating out of 5 stars. So highly recommended to anyone out there that knows the limitations of this, but still wants a nice tablet that has a dock that charges it all the time. So highly recommended to everyone out there that knows exactly what this is. Buy it!
All right, there you go. That is the Jeazans Android Tablet. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.